5. Okay. Let's see what happens here. All right, so big line of storms moving through Milligan, headed towards Western, Dakin, Exeter, Cordova, Friend about to get some thunderstorms, Beaver Crossing. Most of this is wind related. Like we just have a brand new warning for Nance, York, Hamilton, Merrick, Fillmore, and Polk County until 6:15. It's moving north at 50 miles per hour, and it has 60 mile per hour wind gusts. It's been windy all day. In fact, we've seen 60 mile per hour wind gusts all day. So now we're just adding rain to it. Let's see. Let's go. Right, I'm just making sure everything is set up here. So this is about to head into the Lancaster and Gage County area very shortly. Hang on. Bring up a map here real quick. Jefferson, Saline, and Seward kind of seeing it now. Pawnee, Johnson, and Odo. Cass County probably going to see something shortly. Hang on. Tyler Redwine, you as awesome. Thank you so much. Celebrate their 20th Super. I see 3 separate instances of wires arcing on Pulse Point. Ugh, that's never good. Thanks, Ballpark Frank. Love that name, by the way. The wind is wailing north of Pickerel. It's been all day. It has just been something else. How is the tornado threat? It's not zero, but I haven't seen a tornado warning all day. That's good news. Starting to die out other than wind and rain. That's kind of all it's been so far. A lot of lightning. Whoa, that was weird. Let's see. How's it going, Rusty? Hi, Jackson. Good to see you. Pat Lopez. Is that a pink alligator? That's kind of cool. All right, let's go through a couple of spots here. Lincoln is just kind of on the edge here. We got these storms rolling through Beaver Crossing, Cordova, Friend, and Western. Diller headed towards Beatrice. I mean, it doesn't look impressive, and it really isn't. It's just wind, really. This is mainly just a wind threat. So I'm not too worried about this. I mean, the wind has been constant all day. I've got branches down in my yard. Big old white pine has been losing limbs left and right. So a thunderstorm that's going to add maybe 10 miles an hour to the wind gusts, I mean, sure. So this is good news, bad news. It could be worse. We could have tornadoes spinning up. I mean, the atmosphere was ripe for it. But I'm going to kind of zoom out here a little bit more so you can get a kind of a better idea. We're out by February right now. Super cool out here. Nice. Will the wind go down once this passes? Yes. That's the nice thing about this. It definitely will. Oh, there's... My son's probably freaking out. Severe thunderstorm warning for... Let's see. Does include southwestern Lancaster County. A severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Lancaster, Jefferson, Seward, Saline, Butler, and western Gage until 6:30. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I mean, any hail for Holt County? Not expecting any. Jackie. I think they'll probably be just the wind gusts. That's all I've really been seeing are these wind gusts. Let me. Yeah, and really for let's see, what was that question again? What time is it expected in Southwest Lincoln? Probably. Let's see. Hang on. Probably around sometime after 6:15. These are moving fast though, and it's already windy. So, but yeah, hail for Holt County. Holt County, that's up north. Sorry, I was thinking Hall County. What's up? Did that scare you?
The weather radio works.
The weather radio works. I could hear it going. Usually freaks my son out. He just stepped into my office here. Let's see. Holt County. You're asking about Holt County. Let me change radars here. I hate to do that. Oh well, I'll do it. And you know that, I mean, that's not, no, you're not going to see hail. There's just no way. By the way, I am at home, so I don't have all my fancy Channel 8 weather equipment to go back and forth. This is basically just, it's GR2 Analyst is what it is. And so it's not as, well, it's not as expensive. It does the job. It really does. It's showing me the warnings. It does the radar loop. It shows me the velocity if I need it. The radar. It's a very great program. If you ever have the means to get this, it's absolutely fantastic. But it's not my weather computer at work, and that's fine. I mean, I'm off today. Are there any more mesoscales for additional watches? Hail chance in Beatrice, very low. I would think maybe penny-size hail. I haven't looked for mesoscales because the watches are already out, but let me look real quick. I can take a gander. No new mesoscales out there, so that's good. Hail chance in Beatrice, I think I said that small. Yeah, we're doing good. I mean, this is the stream's current bit rate is lower than recommended bit rate. Not sure why. Anyway, so this is just now starting to move into Gage and Lancaster County. It's currently moving through Seward, Saline, Jefferson, Fillmore, Yorks, Thayer counties. And when I zoom all the way out, I mean, this is basically it. Let's look over here. I gotta change radars. That's what the problem is with this program, is you have to change the radar that you're using. So notice nothing showing up over here in southeast Lincoln or southeast Nebraska. Yeah, everything's moved north. So back to this one. I'm gonna use the National Weather Service out of Omaha's radar here real quick. I mean, this is all this is going to be is wind. That's all this is going to be. As it marches itself north and northeast, this is basically just a wind threat. Clear skies in Lincoln. Yeah, I'm looking outside too. Well, I got clouds. It's going to start clouding up, and then the rain will start, and then the storm will blow through, and then the winds should die down. I think the winds will die down probably around sunset for the capital city, but after these storms roll through, you'll likely see less wind. Sorry, I got lost in my own thoughts there. Like we haven't been dealing with basically the same wind all day. I couldn't agree more. I mean, this basically what's going on here are these storms are going to roll through, and it's going to add about 10 or 15 miles an hour to the wind, which is a lot considering we've been at 50 to 60 miles per hour all day. You tack on another 10 and you're at 70, and that does some damage. So we should get something in Lincoln. Yeah, Tanner, eventually. Yep, it's you can kind of see it. I mean, I'm going to put a mark here on Lincoln. You see that red mark right where Lincoln is, and the storms are moving north and east right to Lincoln. So it's going to be really, really even gustier than it is right now. marker. Let's see. Latest from the National Weather Service, 5:49. So that was about 7 minutes ago. Severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from 3 miles west of Cordova to 3 miles southeast of Western to 2 miles southeast of Endicott, moving north at 70 miles an hour. Fast. So the wind gusts with these storms are 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Let's see. Locations impacted eventually will include Seward, Fairbury, David City, Crete, Milford, Wilbur, Friend, Utica, Dorchester, DeWitt, Bellwood, Plymouth, Beaver Crossing, Rising City, Brainerd, Odell, Diller, Staplehurst, Western, and Claytonia. Western, they really should have named that a different name. Hey, where are you from? Western Nebraska. Hey, me too. I grew up in the Panhandle. No. Western. Are they moving through pretty fast? Yes. I mean, it's in and out very quickly. I mean, you've got a solid, it's 25 to 35 miles wide, so it's going to take some time. It'll take a half hour to 45 minutes to blow through, but no hail, nothing's really twisting up or spinning around. It's just stronger gust of wind for a little bit, and then that'll be it. So, good news is this is in and out quickly. I think Tyler, he's one of, gave me like the money. That was really cool. I don't see that very often, so I appreciate it when they do it. So thanks, Tyler. Well, let's zoom in on a couple of spots here. Here's Fairbury. The little plus signs are your lightning strikes. I'm going to pause this here. So Endicott, Jansen, Harbine, Diller, and then up where these yellow lines are at, those are severe thunderstorm warnings. So Wilbur, DeWitt, Claytonia, Crete, you're all in a warning. Beaver Crossing. Notice there's not a whole lot of reds. Up there in the banner where it says radar, underneath that you start to see hail when you start to see reds, dark reds, and especially purples. Zero of that. I mean, it is barely yellow, barely dark orangish yellow. So hail is just non-existent in this thing. It's all wind. In fact, let me go over here to velocity. Yeah, you're seeing, most of this, when you start to see the bright green, that's your 40 or 50 mile per hour range. It's headed towards the radar, so it's kind of swirling about. But there's that's a big severe thunderstorm warning. It goes from Gage County, I guess it goes even further, Manhattan all the way up to near Columbus. That's a lot of warning right there. But it's all moving north. So Columbus is likely going to get hit here. That's probably going to be the next warning. I would think more of Gage and Lancaster, maybe Dodge County, might see a little more. So, I'm sorry, Saunders, Dodge, Colfax, those areas. Had Simba on Twitter say weighted down basketball hoop already slammed into the house and found 3 shingles in the yard. Waiting in Norfolk, yeah. Hi, Francisco. Yeah, it'll get there. About what time for Lincoln? Oh, probably before 7, I would think. But it's windy out there now. The only thing that's going to happen is it's going to start to rain, and the rain will likely be sideways, and it'll get a little windier. That's about it. That's what's going to happen with this. So, not pleasant. You're looking at 60 or 70 mile per hour wind gusts, but we're already at 50 and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So it's been a very windy day. This storm system is just going to add to it a little bit with some rain. No hail, though. Don't need that up there. Okay, speaking of, there's Lincoln on the right-hand side of your screen. All of the very... Oh, we had lightning. Lightning near. Let's see how close was that. Oh, come on. "28 miles to the west of Lincoln at 6 p.m. That's a handy-dandy app I use for Husker football stuff. Yeah, from the latest from the Storm Prediction Center about the watch that we're in, because we're in a severe thunderstorm watch until 8, so 2 more hours left in that. Line of storms will continue to produce severe wind. Line of low-top storms continue to race east across the plains. Limited buoyancy is limiting the overall threat, but the forced line of storms amid a very strong wind field has proven sufficient to mix severe wind gusts to the surface. That's what we have going on now. Is this storm, while not impressive, is adding to the wind gusts we already have. And then after that, everything dies down. So that's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We're just kind of waiting here. You have your severe thunderstorm warnings for southwestern Lancaster, Jefferson, Seward, Saline, Butler, Western Gage. You also have severe thunderstorm warning for Nance, York, Eastern Hamilton, Northeastern Fillmore, Merrick, and Polk counties. And that's it, I think. Yeah, those are we have 2 warnings. And that's it. They're big warnings. But everything's moving north and east. Let me put this into rotation here. So you can kind of see everything's basically moving due north, but it's got an easterly component to it, so it is moving towards the capital city. It'll probably start raining here pretty soon. Good deal. I put down grass seed yesterday. So hopefully we get a solid quarter to half inch of rain. That would be awesome. What time in Weston? It's raining sideways. Yeah. How are we doing on moisture so far this year? Below average. The snowfall, I think, is about 7 or 8 inches below average. And you think about that's probably about an inch or so below for moisture, for liquid. What time in Weston? Is that what you're asking? Let me look. Okay, that's Saunders. I knew where that was. Saunders is probably, what time is it? 6? Probably around 8, I would think. Maybe sooner. Maybe not 8. 8's probably too late. Probably between 7 and 7:30. Hi, Cindy. I put lawn fertilizer. I put down hey, Mr. Tech. I put some down yesterday. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good, at least half inch of rain. I think we might see just a quarter of an inch. It's pretty light out. I mean, it's not a whole lot of heavy rain. But it's moving through, and with these severe storms, if you're just joining us, these severe storms are basically wind related. There's no hail, there's no tornadoes. It's just gusty winds, and you're thinking, yeah, we've had that all day. Completely agree. What these storms are doing is they're adding to the wind and accelerating the winds by 10 to 15 miles per hour. So if you've already had a 50 or 60 mile per hour wind gust, when this storm moves through, it'll be 70, maybe 75 miles per hour at most. I mean, it's not going to be that much. And then after the storms move through, it should be a lot lower for the wind. Like areas like Kearney, Minden, Franklin, Holdridge, Alma, Hastings, probably not as much wind now. Still windy, just not as much. It's sunny here in Rome, Georgia. Oh, okay. It was sunny here in Lincoln like 20 minutes ago. Now it's all cloudy and stuff. See what I did there? All right, hang on. There we go. That'll fix it. All right. Anybody have any questions? Any concerns? Any when's it going to rain in my backyard kind of things? You know what I'm looking forward to is spring football. That's getting to be close, and I hope we avoid storms that day. Never know though. It's that time of year. Also, there's a pretty good chance for, speaking of spring in Nebraska, good chance for some snow in parts of the Panhandle. Like, they could see several inches of snow in the northwestern corner. They have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, yeah, it's getting closer and closer to Lincoln. And notice over there by York, kind of, I'm going to zoom in there. Stop right there. Yeah, that's, I mean, you're getting a decent storm between Benedict and Stromsburg, heading towards Osceola, maybe Shelby. What else is north of there? Duncan, Silver Creek, Columbus, maybe. That would probably be some really gusty wind and maybe some pea-size hail. So we still have the two warnings. This first one on the right from David City to Fairbury and Beatrice, that goes until 6:30, so 20 minutes on that one. And then the one from Fullerton to Geneva, that goes until 6:15. So another 7 minutes left on that. Yeah, this is a different program than my work computer, just in case you're wondering why I'm not flipping back and forth between some really cool things. Let's see. Any issues with travel along Highway 2? Yeah, I mean, it's still going to be windy. And if you go far enough west, you might run into some snow, but you got to get into the Panhandle. So that'd be like Alliance. Further east, from like Grand Island, probably not. You're going to just wind. That's what you're going to run into now. What's up? What?
What's up, guys?
That's Bryce. He's my moderator. I'm guessing somebody dared him to do that. No, I'm guessing Sam, but I don't know. Let's see. Any issues with travel? Okay. How dangerous are we talking? Can I walk to the UNL orchestra concert around 7? Yikes. That's, around 7? If the storm's out of here by then, sure. But there's a lot of lightning with this. I mean, lightning, and if you're on campus, those wind tunnels on campus can be, that magnifies the wind gust by tenfold sometimes. I saw a student, this was back when I was in college, walking through the Old Father area, and it was just a windy day. It was like 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts, and it got so bad through that wind tunnel, it knocked her on her butt, just boom. I felt so bad for her. Let's see. It seems like the wind is coming from the south, unusual direction for us. Not really. Wind coming from the south, that's how we get that warm, moist air. That's the storm itself is coming from the south. And storms come from every single direction. I've seen them come from the east. So, geez, that was something else. Lightning warning was there's no such thing as a lightning warning, and it's not spelled that way either, Jen, just a heads up. So I'm not sure what a lightning warning is, but because there's Bryce. I'm behind on my video here. Might be a stupid question. Why does the radar look so much worse than this? What does that say? Sorry, I'm trying to read these things. Might be, okay, why does the radar look so much worse than this weather apps? I don't understand what you're asking. Raining in Seward. Good to know, Carol. Thank you. Okay. Brand new warning. Oh, canceled. Severe thunderstorm watch was canceled for Adams, Let's see, for Hall, Knuckles, Clay, Webster, Adams, Howard, Greeley, Valley, Sherman, Buffalo, and Kearney. Severe thunderstorm watch is done. Let's see, then this on weather. Why does the radar look so much worse than this on weather apps? Are you asking why your weather app is? When you look at the radar on the weather channel, the radar is full of reds and such. Why does it look so much worse than yours in terms of severeness? I don't know. Well, I see what you're saying. So the Weather Channel app, what they do is they enhance it so it looks cool. You know, they smooth it out. They make it look. This is real. What you're seeing right here is actually what's happening. Apps love to overemphasize even the littlest thing so it looks better than it actually is. That way you keep using it. You want to use it because it looks cool. What you're seeing on mine right here, that's real. I'm not here to sugarcoat you or make it look cool. I just want you to know what's happening. This is what's happening. Weather apps, they call them crap apps. They're terrible. So, Carol, can't hear you very well. Turn up the volume maybe a little. You're the first person to say that. If anybody else is having problems hearing me, please let me know, and then I'll know it's on my end. Let's see. Just saw lightning to the south of my belt. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lightning with this. Wind radar. Okay, thanks, Paige. Good. Appreciate that, everybody. So, Carol, you might want to turn up your volume on your computer or your phone or whatever, however it is you're watching me. I've got pretty good. It's a pretty good one. It's blue. I really like this microphone. My volume is maxed out to here. I didn't realize. Yeah, weather apps like to enhance what's going on so that it look, and it also kind of smooths out. So basically, you could have like a thunderstorm that's only like over, let's say, a 50 mile, like let's say it's 50 miles in diameter, but the weather app will smooth it out so it looks better, and all of a sudden it looks like it's 75 miles wide. So it looks like it's raining really heavy, and it's not, because it's trying to make it look better. Okay, Carol, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Is there any reliable app or anything to use to get an accurate reading like this? Radar Scope's probably one of your better ones. That's the weather app that I go to on, and it's just radar. It's not going to tell you a forecast. It's not going to tell you when it's going to start raining. It's not going to tell you any of that stuff. It's just basically radar. It'll show you the watches. It'll show you the warnings. But it shows. It's more accurate than your Weather Channel or your AccuWeather or all those other weird apps. Let's see. Any reports of trees down or power outages? Haven't seen any. I do have some big limbs down in my yard, and that's just from the wind today. It hasn't been from the thunderstorms. Let's see. I'm going to try to turn up my... Okay, I'm going to add 7 dBs to my microphone. So if it all of a sudden gets really weird and really loud, please let me know. Raining sounds better now. Okay. Raining over by Coddington. Cool. What is the circle of green around Wahoo and Fremont? That's false return from the radar. Great question, by the way. It's very dusty and very windy, so that radar is picking up not only the storms and the rain, but any kind of dust particles or anything like that. Radar Scope is not free. It costs $10. Sounds better now. Good. Are there anybody? Let's see. It's up at minus max. Okay. Cool. All right. That's good to know. I'm using my home office weather computer, and I'm usually at work, so I have that set up a little bit better. Good. Glad to help, Carol. But this is I've been able to fine tune my weather computer at work and not this one. So I'm trying to. I appreciate the heads up that if the audio is bad or the audio video's bad or something like that. Did you see Ken Dewey's graphic on why it's so windy? I didn't. I've been very busy today. Getting dark, South 27th area, Lincoln. Yeah, it's getting dark here too. I'm 70th and 70th and South, that area. My wife just sent me. My wife is watching me on the TV in the other room. She's YouTube streaming me. Yeah, I agree, Paige. And it's a one-time thing too. If you spend $10, you can. And of course, they try to upsell you. And there's different things you could pay for and subscribe to, but you can just do the $10, and it's a one-time thing for the app. Let's see. Now I kind of want to see. I think it's because of the low-level jet, and it's mixing down far enough that it's making everything very windy. But I'd have to see what Dr. Dewey says. I love hanging out with Dr. Dewey. He's still a good friend of mine. I don't know if he's watching or not, but if he is, hi, Dr. Dewey. Lights flickered for the first time. Hope we don't lose power. Yeah. Why is this? Just kind of waiting here. The storms are continuing to slowly but surely move east. Let's see. Zoom in. And really, I know this doesn't look impressive. That's because it's not. There isn't a whole lot of rain. There's no hail with this. This is mainly wind, and radar doesn't pick, at least this radar doesn't pick up on the wind. In fact, this one does. And you can see the wind. See that darkish line that's going from just west of Seward, west of Wilbur. It's moving north and east. That's your wind gust line, and that's where your severe thunderstorm warning is coming from. Oh, my son sent me a snap. Is he watching too? Oh, he's not. But yeah, from Seward to Wilbur to just west of Beatrice, that's where that line of very gusty winds is happening, and that's moving north and east. So this particular radar, this GR2 analyst, is showing the wind gusts and direction. So I know that's probably a little confusing. So this isn't impressive, and it's not going to be, because again, there's no heavy rain, there's no hail. This is mainly just wind with a little bit of rain. I mean, we will be lucky to get a quarter of an inch of rain out of this entire thunderstorm. Now, areas like Wilbur, it's been raining there for a while, maybe half an inch. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. The areas that see rain the longest, like between York and Seward, those are isolated, heavier rainfall amounts. So this is not going to look great on radar, and that's why this is kind of not as impressive looking as most severe thunderstorms are, because it's more wind than hail or heavy rain. There's a lot of lightning. All those little plus marks, that's all lightning. Let's see. Okay, thunder and lightning here in Beatrice. Good to know. Nebraska man, do you have the option to go to a velocity radar? Yeah, that's what I just did. Sorry, I just saw that. I don't know if you asked that before or after. These aren't expected to ramp back up, are they, other than wind? No. I mean, once this moves through, the watch will get canceled. That's it. It's already, south central Nebraska has already been canceled. What is the difference between a high wind warning and a red flag warning? High wind warning is you're looking at wind gusts in excess of, I want to say 55 miles per hour. It's different for every part of the state, but that's just high winds. The red flag warning that's basically saying that everything is very, very dry. It's going to be windy, so the potential for fires to get out of control quickly are there. So that's the red flag warning. The high wind warning, I mean, we could have a soggy grass and fields and everything's wet like a ton of rain, and it can still be very, very windy, thus the high wind warning. But if it's very dry and as crispy as it is around here, that's the red flag warning. Raining out by 14th, and I swear I can't. I have the heart in the way, where you can like it, so I can't read that. Hang on. There it is. And Alvo Road. Okay, I got it. Raining out by 14th and Alvo Road. Cool. Thank you for that report. And very windy. Yeah. A friend of mine is asking me questions. Like, I'm streaming. Watch me. Jeez. I just yelled at him. Being that we are in April and we need rain, do you think this month we'll get some good rain this month to help fight the drought? I hope so. Every season is different, and I know one of the questions I get is how much does like a dry winter or a very snowy winter determine what the spring and the summer is going to be like? And unfortunately, there's absolutely no correlation. So it's just... it'll be what it'll be. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. Do I think we're going to see a rainy April? I have a feeling we're going to see quite a few severe weather events. But like this one doesn't have a lot of rain with it. And what rain we're going to see, it won't be a whole lot. So if we see it, we see it. I really hope we do. April, May, June, those are usually your 3 months where you see the storms the most. And we don't need storms. We need, just a good solid soaking is what we need. A Seattle kind of day. We need a London kind of day. So we'll see. Have any towns been sounding the sirens for the wind that you know of? I haven't heard. I think for like the city of Lincoln, sirens will be sounded if it's 80 mile per hour winds. They sound them for, many other. If it's life threatening. Doesn't have to be a tornado. They do sound them for tornadoes, but I think it's 80 miles per hour. But I haven't heard of anybody sounding the sirens. Okay, severe thunderstorm warnings are gone. That's it. Everything's been canceled. Well, how about that? I don't know if I'm signed in. Hang on 1 second. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me see what they're saying. Yeah, they're saying everything is kind of weakening. Wind gusts in excess of around 55 miles per hour possible. But that would be about it. You need 57 for a severe thunderstorm warning. Seen from my friends in Sioux City at the TV station up there that Antelope County reporting trees across the road in northern Antelope County and northwest of Highway 20 and 14. Let's see. Yep, that's it. So according to the National Weather Service, and I agree, I mean, I've been saying it for the last half hour, that there's not much to these storms but wind. And if it's not mixing down enough to exasperate the wind that's already in place, there's no warning. And that's what we have right now. So you're looking at 55 to 60 mile per hour winds just sustained from, wind gusts, but just from the atmosphere, not from the thunderstorm. So unless they're thunderstorm related, you don't see a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's why these have been allowed to expire. They were actually canceled. Okay, that's good news. I mean, who wants a severe thunderstorm warning? I mean, with damage. Let's see. Let's see if these guys anything. Nope. Let's see. Not raining anymore, just simply windy. Do Mesonet stations report in more often in times of severe weather, or are they still hourly? Those are automated, so no, they don't do it more often. Thundering and pickerel, cool. Have you seen how windy it is? Good question, Glow Shorts. Let me look, because I haven't looked. That's what time is it? 6:27. Josie, my dog's barking at something. That's not what I wanted. 1 second. Graphics, DMA. There. Anywhere from 30 to 45 miles per hour. Do have a 51 mile per hour wind gust in Norfolk. That was as of 6 o'clock. 45 in McCook, 31 Hebron. Lincoln sensor's down right now, so we don't know. Nebraska City at 38, Grand Island at 37. That 51 in Norfolk, 55 in Scotts Bluff, but it's coming from a different direction. Let's see. Yeah, it is fast. LES outage map shows a bit over 500 customers without power. I've seen a lot of limbs down. I also saw a couple of my neighbors out on the front porch drinking a beer, waiting for the storm to roll in. I mean, if that doesn't just tell you what Nebraska is right there. Thanks for streaming and teaching along the way. Nice to have reliable info. Yeah. Happy to help. Norfolk has been awful. Yeah, you're not alone, Paige. I know it's bad there, but it's been bad in a lot of spots. And the severe weather hasn't even made it up your way yet. So just windy in Firth, but lost power at about 5:10. Yeah. Let's see. And there's your velocity. So you look at that line, basically between Seward and Utica, between Friend and Milford. See that darkish line there, just west of Crete, right over Wilbur, DeWitt. That's moving north and east. Trying to mess with the radar view to get a little different view here. This is 5 degrees, 9 degrees. I mean, the higher up you go, you're just not seeing anything. Notice how everything disappears. I'm tipping the radar at different angles, and there is nothing up high. This is all low level based. So that's a lot of wind and not a whole lot of rain or hail. Should be raining in Lincoln shortly. We're right on the edge. Rain now in Pickerel. Thank you, Jen. Okay, I'm happy about this. I know severe weather can be, some people love it, some people hate it, some people are scared of it. For me, it takes me away from my family. I mean, I should be hanging out with my kids right now. My son just told me about on Xbox, there's a PGA Tour golf that's now available on his subscription or whatever. So I could be doing that right now. Instead, I'm doing severe weather. So while I love weather and I love talking about it and I love doing the TV side of it, I'd rather not have to deal with severe weather unless I'm at work. Then it's fine. Then I don't mind at all. But it always seems like the weekends is when it hits. But is there snow in the Panhandle then? Yes. Yep. They're under a winter storm warning and winter weather advisories in western Nebraska. Check out the line that formed along the Red River Valley. In Oklahoma? Texas? Nah. Isn't it Texas and Oklahoma that plays the Red River what do they call that? That football game that is it Texas A&M and I can't remember. PGA is great. I have severe storm anxiety, so I appreciate you so much doing this. It helps me know what's going on, and that's part of the reason I do this. I completely understand, and part of the other reasons that I do this is not everybody watches TV now. I mean, I know your phone is attached to you. It's attached to me, so if I can reach right there, thank you. Texas versus OU. Thank you, Dennis. So if I can reach someone else in a different way than just TV like it used to be, that's why I do this. And so I appreciate everybody here, everybody talking about this. And Red River rivalry, Texas Longhorns versus OU. It's always a big game. Let's see. I did try Twitch once, and that's more of a gaming platform, so I felt really out of place doing it. I like this, though. I like the YouTube. Seems like I have a good connection with everybody. And there's been a couple of times I've had to kick people out because they just get awful, which is fine. The wind all of a sudden died down, almost nothing in Seward. Yeah, as soon as this line goes by, I mean, look at that. Just, let's see. Yeah, Seward. You'll probably, in Seward, it'll probably pick back up here pretty soon. Yeah, Paige, that's part of the reason. YouTube helps with better reach. That, in combination with your Twitter, helps you get out there. I remember the early days of Facebook streams when you were between stations. Yeah, I did that a lot too. Just haven't ever been able to get away from weather at all. So it's now I'm kind of doing both. I'm doing the TV and trying to stream where I think I can reach the most amount of people. So we'll see what happens. I also appreciate the possibility of clouds for Monday. Oh, that's almost feels like clouds for Monday. What? Oh yeah. Solar eclipse. When I was, because I was in Lincoln for that the last time it was that we had the solar eclipse, and it was cool. It was partly cloudy, and everybody was worried. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Leaf of Blue. Let's see. Well, I mean, if we're not going to have any severe weather, and it's just going to be some wind and some rain, I'll give it a few more minutes. I mean, that line is just now starting to move into Lincoln, so we'll give it a few minutes here. I think you can go golf with the kids. Just going to be windy and rainy. I think you're right. Still got the high wind and long pine. Yeah. I mean, it's still windy everywhere. The thing is with this storm, when it moves through, the wind should die down for a little bit. It is going to pick back up, though. Nebraska, man, 34. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. Just I want to wait until this blows through the Lincoln area. I want to see what it does. So I'm looking out my window right now. I do like long pine. That's north central Nebraska, right? Way up there by kind of Ainsworth, Valentine, that area out there. I work with a guy when I do with the Huskers from that area, I think. Oh, there's so many small towns in Nebraska. Anyway. Yeah, looking at these, I wonder if I can add this. Hang on one second. I'm going to try to manipulate something here. No, I don't want to do that. Window capture, that's what I want to do. Okay. There we go. just going to try to add a little something here. Okay. There we go. There you go. There's your wind gust map. And note again, Lincoln, and that's as of 6 p.m. So it might be a little dated, but Lincoln sensor is down. O'Neill, Norfolk, that 51 miles. Grand Island at 37, 44 in Omaha, 55 in Scotts Bluff, which is just crazy. Let's see. Okay, so we want to do this. Transition back. Okay. Let's see. Went through the Hallam tornado, so you do not know how much this is appreciated. I was on air for that. I worked for 1011 at the time, so I remember it very well. Viendo muchas tormentas eléctricas, wish I could translate that, but I think he has a lot of severe lightning and a lot of lightning. Where? I can't tell where you're at though. Let me see. Seeing a lot of thunderstorms, and it can be very severe thunderstorms, and those strong electric shocks that can be dangerous. Thunderstorms can produce trees. I think what you're saying is they can hit trees, and yeah, they're very dangerous. Absolutely. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that, Jay. I'm trying to learn French. That's what I'm trying to learn right now. And I know a little bit of Spanish. Cheyenne, glad to help out. Trying to sit up straight too so my back doesn't hurt. No, looks like this line is trying to get going again. From Wilbur to Beatrice to Marysville. That's probably... we may see another severe thunderstorm warning out of this because it's really starting to kind of ramp up a little bit. Some lightning in and around the Beatrice area, Gage County. Nothing in Lancaster County yet, though. But this right there. So that line from Crete to Hallam, Pickerel, Beatrice, Wymore, then down to Marysville, that's all moving north and northeast. That'll eventually blow through the Lincoln area. Philly, Adams, Firth, Hickman, all likely going to see that here pretty soon. Then some heavier rain over by Beaver Crossing, Friend, Cordova. That's all moving north too. Last minute surprise, it seems. I mean, it's not. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting this to be hail or anything. That's just heavier rain, is all that's going to be. So it's kind of it's nice that it would be heavier rain because we could use the rain, especially with lightning out there. You want things to be wet so that lightning doesn't spark any fires or anything like that. But nothing warned yet. I'm going to just kind of leave it there. I'm going to check with the National Weather Service, see what they're saying. Yeah, National Weather Service is saying the severe thunderstorm potential looks low, but the high wind and weaker thunderstorms still looks really good. So that's good. Rain started at 27th and Yankee Hill Road. Good to know. Thank you, Jan. That means it's just over there. Starting to rain in Norfolk. Cool. Good. I mean, everybody, we could use the rain, especially between Lincoln and Grand Island. There's a big area of severe drought that we need to get rid of. Hang on. Severe thunderstorm watch was canceled for some counties in western Nebraska. Where was it? Oh, here we go. Frontier, Hayes, Perkins, Lincoln County, Keith, Logan, Grant, Arthur, McPherson, Garden, and Dual. So basically everything from Broken Bow, North Platte to Ogallala, that area, seeing their severe thunderstorm watch canceled. I mean, the severe thunderstorm watch only goes for about another hour anyway, so no big deal there. Yeah, we could see a decent line of rain finally trying to show up in Gage and Lancaster County. That's good. I think the wind threat is minimal. It may pick back up here in a little bit, but as windy as it's been, it would only add another 10 or 15 miles per hour. I mean, that's a lot. You're looking at, if it's 55 right now because it's just been so windy, you add on another 10, that's 65 miles an hour, getting to 70. I mean, that's a lot of wind. That'll do some damage. I forgot to bring my coffee in here. I'm looking around for it and like, where did it go? See, that's what's cool about YouTube too, by the way. I can't just stop what I'm doing and go, hey, where's my coffee when I'm on TV? I mean, I could, but people would probably go, okay, I'm going to change the channel now. Or maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe that's what I should start doing, is being more like YouTube on TV. Why not, huh? Would you guys watch? Would you watch if I was like this on TV? Like, I don't have a tie. I have a little zippy to keep warm because it's kind of cold in here. Put me in the corner of the screen. Raining by Shoemakers. Okay. Just drops in downtown Lincoln. Uh-oh. I thought my son was coming in here to yell at me. Raining hard now. Oh no. Satellite down, interrupting hubby's Final Four coverage. As long as you wore sweatpants and just plopped down. Okay, here's the weather. I love that. That's a great idea, Lethal Blue. Give me like a lazy boy and just put a laptop on my lap and just film that and put the radar behind me. Oh my God, this is gold. Gold. Love it. Get a little beverage, like somebody brings me like a refill of water or can of soda or something. If it's the weekend, it's like a beer or something. That'd be so much fun. I fall asleep halfway through. Oh yeah. News director would have to come out and jab me with a stick. Hey. Oh yeah, sorry. I bet people would watch. That'd probably be ratings gold if I did it that way. Just something different. I mean, it's so the same every single time. Not sure why you're chilly. You're in a corner. It should be 90 degrees. I love the heat. If it was 90 in here, I'd be happy. Real weather. I'd pay for that. Sweet. I'll bring it up to my boss, see what they think. I don't know. I've tried though. I've tried to incorporate every station I've been at. I've tried to incorporate stuff like this, and they fight it every step of the way. Raining good here out by 14th and Alvo. Thanks, Simply Budget Life. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's getting close. Well, where are we at here? Yep, it's starting to move into southwest Lancaster County. Nothing severe. There are no severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm going to zoom in here a couple of spots. Let's put it on pause. There we go. So, headed towards Denton, Sprague, Princeton, Hallam, Cortland, Pickrell, Rockford. I mean, it's not really heavy, but it's moderately heavy. And this is all moving north. Oops. So Denton, Princeton, Roca, and your Berry Farm, going to get something there. I was just out that way. Why was I? Oh, paintball. My son was doing paintball. Was it last weekend? 2 weekends ago? So I was out that way. Pretty cool little paintball area. Hickman, Firth, all probably going to see this rain pretty soon. Then you go over here, Exeter, Beaver Crossing. Hey. What? There's my coffee.
There it is.
My wife brought it. She said it was behind my laptop. Thank you.
I was looking all over for it. It's right there.
It was on the other side of the laptop. I couldn't see it. I'm a dumb bunny. My wife was looking all over for it. Oh, that's how sweet she is.
Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you, Bryce. Jeez. I'm such a dork. I apologize. Let's see. Absolutely. Rusty's real weather. I like that. That's why I appreciate you. My other managers always give me flack. I always counter with, I trust Rusty. He's never led me astray. Do you think this will be the rain we need to get the grass to start growing? I hope so. I put down some grass seed, Andrew. I put the grass seed down and some fertilizer, the stuff that helps grass seed grow. So I've already watered it a couple of times. The lightning helps with the nitrogen and stuff, so I'm hoping. Get a furniture store as a sponsor and have the weather recliner of the week. When I first started doing this back in the day, when I was working at the other TV station, I would do this from home. And I was in my recliner. I have a Lazy Boy. And I had a clock right behind me. And it was before YouTube was really a thing, but I was still doing it. And it got a few, it's starting to rain here. Each one got a few hundred views, which back then was pretty good for me anyway. And then it just kind of, I couldn't get it to take off. So it just kind of, you can only do something for so long. I really wish I would have hung on to it and kept doing it, because I think things would be a lot different for me right now. I mean, not that it's bad now, but I mean, I would love to have a really big audience. But yeah, furniture store as a sponsor. That's a great idea. I can't believe my coffee was right there the whole time. Took my wife to come in here and go, hey, it's right there, dingbat. And it's History Nebraska mug. I got this when I worked there. That was a lot of fun. So they have a great website, great organization, great people work there. My old boss Chris got me this mug, and I still use it. There's a lot of it. If you ever go to that website, the History Nebraska website, there's a lot of stuff on weather-related things, because, I mean, that's the history of Nebraska. A lot of blizzards, a lot of severe weather, tornadoes, stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff. Yeah, it's raining in Lincoln now. I'm at very close to 70th and South, and it's raining here now. Light rain. I mean, there's not much to it. Oh, cool. Will J is watching. Will, how you doing? My son just let me know about that one. New snap. Cool. Part of the reason I do this is because I watch my son. Sprinkles at 84th and O. Cool, thanks. My son watches YouTube all the time. So if I can sneak in there and all of a sudden he's watching me sometime. Gotcha. Raining in the front yard, but not so much in the backyard. Can you fix that? Mary Sue, that's awesome. And no, I can't fix it. Light rain in Raymond. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing rain out there. It's not, the wind. Oh, there it is. It's still picked up. Let me put this into motion. Sorry about that. So that's part of the problem with YouTube is I get to having fun with you guys and I forget what I'm doing. Get a really big fan. Rusty laughs like he pays his bills. He's living the life. The wind has stopped in Columbus and hasn't blown for 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew. It's kind of starting to. It's not going away completely. I mean, it is going to come back, but it's nice to have those breaks. I keep looking outside because all of a sudden it feels like it's quieter, and I look out and it's still blowing, but not as bad as it was. So it'll pick back up. I mean, it's windy everywhere right now. Haven't had a severe warning in a while. That line that developed along Highway 77, very much doubt that's going to be severe in any way, unless the wind picks up in front of it, which is a possibility. But it's already starting to weaken. It's just that the setup isn't right. The wind was the main concern with this, and I think the wind and the hail wasn't going to be a problem. Just it wasn't the right setup. But the tornado aspect of it, when you get wind blowing from one direction at 70 miles an hour near the surface, and then above you get it blowing 70 or 80 miles an hour in a different direction, all of a sudden you got one of these things, and it starts spinning. And that's how tornadoes can form sometimes. They're not the strongest of tornadoes when that happens that way. They're not really supercell based, but they can happen. And that was a real concern earlier. It's not anymore, though. Went to grab dinner about an hour ago. Wind was so strong, knocked over half our recycling bin. Yeah, I went to get dinner as well. Right before I did this, I wanted to eat with the kids real quick and the wife, and I went out, and I had to hang on to the boxes. Wind has stopped in Pickerel. Good. Yeah, we got a nice rain here in Lincoln, in southeast Lincoln. The wind isn't as bad. And really, this is why there hasn't been a warning. I was out in my lawnmower shop fixing some mowers around noonish today, and the wind was blowing horrible, so it's much nicer now. Yeah. Corey says, we appreciate what you do and how enthusiastic you are about being such a great and informative, humorous person all at the same time. If we had greater low-level moisture, this could have been bad. Yeah, you're right there, too. I mean, this setup was weird. It was. I kept looking at the Storm Prediction Center, and they had a marginal risk, and then they added the slight risk, and I kept looking at the storms, and I get it, because earlier in southwest Nebraska there was a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, but for wind, that was it. And like I was saying earlier, the main concern was that wind was going to interact with a low-level jet, maybe spin up a couple of tornadoes. Now those will do damage, but they're not like your big, mega, huge tornado warning kind of tornadoes. They're not supercell based, but still, it could have done some damage. And those happen sometimes. Those happen so fast that radar. Once you see them on radar, and then somebody human sees it, and then presses a button for a tornado warning, it gets to the TV station. The TV station gets everybody in line so that we can put it on air, and then we go on air and we start talking about the tornado warning. By then, it's done. That's how fast those things happen. So that's why we always want you to be prepared for just about anything if there's a severe weather threat. Do you think we will get get a lot of tornadoes this year? I don't think it's going to be a lot, but I think we're going to see a lot of severe storms, but I don't think the tornado side of it's going to be huge. I think there's going to be a couple of tornado watches, and I think there'll probably be some damage in some areas. But a widespread active, like, your 2004, if you remember that, I don't think it'll be anything like that. That was the Hallam tornado year, and it seemed like every weekend it was massive tornado events. I don't think it'll be like that, but I think we'll see some. I think it might be an average, maybe a little above average here, is what I'm thinking. I'm glad I have my coffee now. Oh, seeing some lightning in Gage County, now starting to move into southwestern Lancaster. Let's see. Twitter saying anything? Doesn't look like it. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on out there. National Weather Service still quiet. My Facebook, I think, is still quiet. Okay. All clear. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I mean, now it's dark, it's rainy, it's cloudy, the wind has died. Wow. Oh, I see one tree moving, the rest of them are not. Again, I'm in southeast Lincoln over by Wellington Greens, over in that area. I can hear it raining. So I might fall asleep. Oh, you guys heard thunder? West Day? Must have been. Let me see if I can. Hang on, I'm going to stop it. Go here. Sometimes it takes a second for those to pop up. It could have been this one. No, that's probably too far. Yeah, I think I just heard the rumble myself. Yep, there it is. Huh? That's how long it takes sound to travel from West Day to East Lincoln. Cool. Thunder, West O Street, and lightning. Yeah, I heard it just after you guys said something. That is cool. That's really cool. I think once this rolls through, that's probably it. I mean, we're not done with the rain, because this thing still has to spin around and get out of here, and I think it's going to bring up a couple of more waves of precipitation tonight and through the day tomorrow. But the severe aspect, once this line goes through, that'll probably be it. Look at that batch of lightning between Osceola and Fullerton. That's cool. Right there. Just a bunch near Silver Creek. They're probably... Yeah, so all the warnings are gone. Now it's just kind of moving north, and that's about it. So I think, yeah, glow shorts, rolling thunder, Rusty. I like trusty Rusty. that's what they've been. And I almost called myself Dusty at one time. The most harmless storm ever. And yeah, for us, for eastern Nebraska, southwest, south central Nebraska had a lot more wind and a lot more severe weather than eastern Nebraska did. So I started streaming after that had happened. So it was harmless for eastern Nebraska, and that's just fine. But parts of southwest Nebraska saw a lot of damaging wind earlier this afternoon. So it started off very harmful and ended up harmless. So that's one way of looking at it. But let's see. Lightning detected on my handy dandy weather station that I have, my Tempest weather station. I like the Tempest weather station, by the way. You can see that. That's kind of what it looks like. I'm in Lincoln, still not raining. No, it's I'm in Lincoln too, and it's been raining for about 10 minutes, so it'll probably get to you eventually. Just kind of waiting. I don't think we're going to see severe storms. I'd hate to like log off and tell everybody bye, but and then severe weather kick in. Hey, Mary Sue, thank you. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Very cool. Yeah, severe weather is looking less and less likely. Maybe that band of heavy rain. Yeah, glow shorts. Mary Sue for the W. Thank you, Mary. That's awesome. But yeah, the severe weather, I haven't even heard, I've heard one rumble of thunder, and the wind has died down, and now it's just a nice gentle rain, which exactly what we need. And I know there was a few of us that were talking about it here earlier that just put down the fertilizer, grass seed, stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of the time of year when everybody's doing that. So there's probably a lot of happy landscapers out there going, yes, keep raining. And it's exactly what it's doing. The storm got my hopes up. Yeah, that's if you like the severe weather, and I know there's a lot of you out there that do, and I completely understand that. And Lincoln has always been on the very eastern edge of that severe weather threat. The better chance was in south central and southeastern Nebraska. What's happening, Corey? Felipe, that's awesome. Wow, what is going on, you guys? That's so cool. You guys rock. Corey and Mary Sue. I'm humbled. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I don't even know what I was talking about. But yeah, Lincoln was on the eastern edge of this. The slight risk was basically west of the capital city. And then they enhanced the tornado risk from between Grand Island and North Platte, which never came around, but that was where your better chance for severe weather was, and that's exactly where they saw it. But eastern Nebraska was always kind of on the edge, and that's kind of what happened. What's going on is, see that line that's going through right now, through Gage and Lincoln? It's gotten far enough away from the center of the low that it's just kind of lost the oomph. It lost its speed. It's too far away from the center of the low. Rusty eating for free tonight. You know what's funny about that? My wife paid for takeout tonight. so I got that. I got 2 wins there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Tyler, thanks again too. And that was you kind of started this whole thing. Emporia, Kansas. Well, let's take a look at where is that. I'm not sure where that is, but let's let me look real quick. Kansas is is southwest of Topeka. Well, that's down there a ways. Let me see if I can. Southwest of Topeka. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's quiet right now, and the severe weather seems to be waning as well. So, kind of like we're seeing right now. Go back to the Omaha one. Yeah, we're that stronger line trying to move towards Tecumseh now. And really and when I say stronger, it's just heavy rain right now. But, I mean, it's expanding a little bit. Let's see. Nice rain at 27th and Yankee Hill Road. Cool. What do I think for next winter? Way too early for that. Mr. Halloween. That's kind of a cool name. What do you think for next winter? Yeah, HDYT. It's no way to know. There's just no way to know. I mean, it depends on so many different things, and there's no way to know. Like, if you were to ask me what's going to happen 3 days from now, I'd still have a certain. I'm not sure, but a year, 6 months from now, 9 months from now. Ask me again in September or October. I'm guessing, Big Nick, I'm guessing Oklahoma has died down a bit. I'm not even sure if I haven't been paying attention to them down there. I can't even get down there right now. That's another problem. See, like I said at the beginning of this, I'm at home, so I'm using my home laptop and weather computer and weather programs that I have for this. So I'm a little more limited now than when I'm at work, when I have my really cool weather computer that is really expensive. Heard La Nina. Yeah, I mean, that's for Nebraska, La Nina and El Nino doesn't affect us directly. It doesn't have, like, and there's some, like, to the south, La Nina does one thing and El Nino does another thing. To the north, same thing. But for Nebraska, it's not directly impacted. Now, we're impacted by what happens around us. Second rumble of thunder. I just heard a rumble of thunder for the first time in over an hour. Yeah, this in Columbus. This thing is quieting down, but I mean, there is that line right there, that little batch of heavier precipitation just east of Beatrice now, moving towards Nebraska City. But it's definitely not severe weather status. Any thoughts about the polar vortex rotating in reverse here currently? That's what's funny about the polar vortex is it's always been there and it's always done what it does all the time. It's just nobody's ever really paid attention to it until one person, I think a reporter, said something about the polar vortex, and then all of a sudden everybody knows about the polar vortex. It does what it does. It doesn't matter. I mean, is it rotating in reverse? I try not to pay a lot of attention to that, because in the grand scheme of things, for me, that's just one of about 1,000 different things that affect our weather on a regular basis, and it doesn't have enough influence to adjust my forecast. So that's interesting that it's doing that, but does it mean anything? It probably means it's spring. That's all. But it is kind of, I mean, it's something to watch for. It's neat that people now like to know more about it, because it is one of the aspects that affect our weather, and it does so in the winter season the most, obviously, but it doesn't. I don't think it's really going to influence our weather here now, but it's something to keep an eye on. Those are my thoughts. I have no idea what I just said. So that's the problem with YouTube. Sometimes I'm put on the spot and I'm like, I don't know. I should just say I don't know. Then I feel better about it, because I don't know what I just said. Good question, though. like the date. Was it the day the day before, day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow. That was, I enjoyed that movie. Didn't make a whole lot of sense science-wise, but neither does Twister, and I love Twister. That coffee you're drinking has to be spiked with a little Jack Daniels. I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not. It's not a bad idea, though. Maybe a little Baileys. I like a little Baileys sometimes. Jack Daniels might be. I mean, it's. Well, I guess it is 7 o'clock at night. But no, it's not. If it was, I'd talk like this all the time. You crazy cats. No, it's not. Well, let's see. That's a nice swath of rain there headed towards Tecumseh. Seriously, nothing spiked in my coffee. Yeah, between Beatrice and Tecumseh, that's a decent line of rain. Not a whole lot of lightning with that. Starting to see thunder, starting to see lightning strokes a little closer to the capital city now. Zoom out here a little bit. Madison, Norfolk, Columbus, some heavier rain. It looks like it's starting to, another little wave right here from Seward to Wilbur to Fairbury and Washington in northeastern Kansas. Another little line there. That, for those of us that want nice, slow, steady rainfall for a few hours, win-win. That's awesome. Really awesome. National Weather Service saying possible severe weather next week for Lincoln. I haven't seen that. Where was that at? I wouldn't mind reading that. It's the weekend, so I tend not to look at a whole bunch of stuff. Or was that local? I mean, maybe that was the National Weather Service, like the Storm Prediction Center, like nationwide, not like the local, like Omaha or Grand Island. But yeah, it's certainly that time of year. I mean, it would April, May, June, those 3 months. Severe weather is going to be possible somewhere in the Midwest and Central Plains at least once a week. It's just count on it. And if it's not, something weird's probably happening. Or it got cold, or it got really hot. When it starts to get really hot, everything pushes north. When it starts to get colder, which can happen in April, then all of a sudden you're looking at Texas and Louisiana. Yeah, SPC. I noticed that too. They have something further south for day 5, 6, and 7, I think, for like the Texas and Louisiana area. But yeah, I haven't seen anything for Nebraska from the SPC. Josie. Come here, Josie. You guys want to see my dog? Josie. Come here. She doesn't listen to me. There you are. Josie. Come here. Hi. Come here. Come here. Come here, Josie. Hey. Josie. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Oops. There. Okay. Do you think this will be a big severe weather season in Chicago area? The model's showing more severe weather tonight. Let's see. Yeah, Bobby. Do you think big severe weather season? Maybe. Corey, what are you doing? This is Josie. She is a Cavapoo. Yeah, W for Corey. That's awesome, man. Thank you. This is Josie. She's a Cavapoo, King Charles Cavalier, and Poodle, whatever. Yeah, good girl. All right, she's heavy too. Let's see. Okay, back to the questions. Models showing more severe weather tonight. I'm hoping. Sometimes when you look at the models, and I haven't looked at them, so I'm not sure what you're seeing. But a lot of times you're going to see the what looks like the radar spinning things up, and there's not enough components in place for the severe weather aspect. But the thunderstorm aspect, absolutely. So hopefully that's what happens, because wave after wave of showers and weaker thunderstorms would be awesome. Still raining. Thanks, Jan. The Chicago area. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where there seems to be areas like the Chicago region or the Dakotas, Nebraska and Kansas, Missouri and Iowa. There's usually areas that get hit more often, and Chicago seems like it's been in that area, like the Wisconsin, Northern Illinois area seems like it's kind of been, at least so far this year. Will it continue? I'm not sure, but it's kind of been in the lead lately, Shane. So something to definitely keep an eye on. Let's see. Yeah, as far as that for next week in Lincoln, wouldn't surprise me for another severe weather threat. I'm trying to think of what the forecast. I had Friday off. I've had a lot of comp time because we were shorthanded early in the year, so I worked a lot. And then we got a part-timer, Kent. You may have seen him, and he's been helping us out, which is fantastic. While we hire a full-time weekend meteorologist. But I had a lot of comp time, so I've been taking as many Fridays off as I can to hang out with my kids, my son Bulls, on the weekend. On Fridays. So it's just fun to take Friday off and go watch him. So anyway, I'll be working Monday through Fridays the next several weeks. Saturday is saying 80 in Norfolk. I mean, like a week from now? Okay. That's very possible, but it's also a week from now. So keep watching that. Imagine tornado just happened in Lincoln just now and comes out of nowhere. The nice thing about that is that that used to be a possibility, because we didn't have enough technology to see things, and I used to freak out about it. I mean, back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, I used to worry about that because our technology, it was there, but we were still learning how to use it in a really good way. Nowadays, something like that just doesn't happen. You know it's possible. What? What did she lost?
Just lost it. She was ripped out.
Come here.
Jillian.
I want to. My daughter just lost a tooth.
She's embarrassed.
Jillian.
No, she's gone.
Oh, she took off. My daughter.
She had a loose tooth that was driving her crazy, and she just ripped it out.
Did she really?
She said, "I'm sick of this. It's going."
Which one was it?
One of these. I don't know what they are.
Okay. That's crazy.
So I had to help her clean up the bathroom.
Yeah. I wondered what was going on up there.
Yep.
Okay.
Lost the tooth.
Wow. Look at all this stuff that's happening in my family tonight. Let's see. Okay, I haven't even looked at the radar. Oh, that storm looks to be weakening a little bit just west of Tecumseh, headed towards Otoe County, and north towards Cass and Omaha. I mean, it's just, these are weak. Nothing severe. That's so cool, though. Daughter just lost a tooth. Paige, yeah. You know what? Let me look. Paige, where are you at? Let me see what the National Weather Service is saying. Because I haven't looked at anything, but I can figure it out. Paige, I don't know if you're Lincoln. Saturday, yep, sure enough, I see that 83, mostly sunny for Saturday is what the National Weather Service is saying. That could change, but yeah. That the nice thing about the National Weather Service, I think of them as like another weather model for me. Now they know what they're doing. They're absolutely fantastic, and I trust everything they do because that's all they do. And every single meteorologist that I've ever met, talked to, been associated with at the National Weather Service, way smarter than me. Because that's all they do. Part of my job is weather and being on TV, so they don't have to worry about the TV side of things, which I envy them for. But they're able to just look at weather all of the time, and so what they do is very important. And when they say 83 next Saturday, probably a pretty good bet. So yeah, Paige, you're right. Raining good now, front and backyards, tooth fairy gonna get wet. Front and backyard? Whoa. I want last winter storm for Lincoln. Yeah. I wouldn't mind snow. And you know what? It's possible we could still see snow in anywhere in Nebraska this time of year. Raining now. Snow in the Panhandle tonight. But eastern Nebraska still could see snow. We've seen snow in May. Does not happen very often, but it can happen. All right. Where are we at weather-wise? Yep, just moderate rain. Okay, guys, you know what? I think I've, let's see. They still, us in Lincoln thunderstorm watch. Oh yeah, it's 9 p.m. that goes. I don't know. They'll sometimes what happens, Simply Budget, is that if there's any thunderstorm in the area and there's still a watch, they'll keep it on. It doesn't hurt anybody. It really doesn't. It's just, a heads up. And there's those isolated storms that are forming just west of Lancaster County and Gage County. So, yeah, they'll probably hang on to it until all of the storm potential is out. They'll keep it there until 9 o'clock. But, again, we haven't had a warning in the last hour and a half. So, but, it's still possible. So, they'll hang on to it, I'm sure. I haven't seen anything. Let me check here. Yeah, that's... the last severe thunderstorm watch was canceled for Keith and Adams County. That whole area, South Central Nebraska, was canceled at 6 o'clock. So they'll probably hang on to it for a little bit longer. All right, yeah, I think it's almost 7:30. I'm going to go hang out with my kids for a little bit. I guys, seriously, appreciate everybody. Corey, appreciate you very much for both of those donations. Mary Sue, you as well, and always, as always, Tyler. You guys are awesome. Seriously, that was very unexpected. I really appreciate it, and that's awesome. So, thanks for everything, guys. If something pops back up, hi Veronica, I'll get back on and let everybody know what's going on. But for now, everything's just it's been pretty quiet. As I hear thunder. Of course, as I'm trying to sign out, I hear thunder. But I've been doing this for a couple hours, so I should probably get going. But if something pops back up, I'll jump back onto YouTube Live. Thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll talk soon.